Hiya, welcome to LSB Feasters Radio Channel and Travel Corner. Today, it's back to Philadelphia with 93.3 WMMR. WMMR has been rocking Philadelphia since 1968, when it started as a progressive rock station. In fact, the call letters MMR actually stands for Metro Media Radio. Metro Media owns several progressive rock stations, and MMR adopted its programming from some of the other stations. In the chain, you had Cleveland's WMMS, you had KMET Los Angeles, KSAN in San Francisco, and New York's WNEW. Now, NEW and MMR actually had a very close relationship. The stations ran similar promotions, and they even traded some of their jocks back and forth over the years through the 60s and 70s. Dave Herman was WMMR's first rock jock with the Marconi Experiment back in 1968. And some of the legendary voices we've heard on WMMR over the year include Michael Tierson, Ed Shockey, David Dye, Nick Spencer, Carol Miller, Dave Herman, of course. If you like what you hear, give it a thumbs up, and also feel free to subscribe to the channel. And if you like what you hear, smack that bell after you subscribe so you can get updates whenever we post anything new, which is normally weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central. So if you're ready, let's head back with 93.3 WMMR Philadelphia.
It's an Eric Kaz tune from Mother Earth. Tonight the sky's about to cry. Guess that does it for our weather report, too. Ken Nordine, a little bit from an album he did called Twink, something called Windshield Wipers. We heard from Al Cooper, New York City, You're a Woman, The Eyes of a New York Woman from the Insect Trust. And we heard from Tom Rush, the Joni Mitchell song, Tin Angel. It's the grand opening of a merry-go-round of sound in Delcroft Shopping Center in Fulcroft, Pennsylvania. Because of the great response, their grand opening sale is going to continue this week, including 8-track car stereo player with 2 speakers, a lock mount for $45.50. Pretty good price. They have an exceptionally large inventory of tapes at some of the lowest prices around. They're open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5. A grand opening of merry-go-round of sound. Delcroft Shopping Center in Fulcroft, Pennsylvania. Pick up on some stereos and things like that. I'm David Dye. I'll be back with something from Led Zeppelin.
Yes, friends and neighbors, this is your old buddy, Billy Bob Billy, coming to you from high atop the 4th floor of the Possum Trot Hotel. Tonight we're special proud, yes, special proud to have that fine country sponsor with us, Zapple Wine, the cinnamon apple wine. It's so good you'll want to drink it by the gallon, and it's guaranteed to make your tongue happy. All right, get ready, because it's Dan Hicks and his hot licks.
I'm missing Nancy Jane and my cinnamon apple wine, because now I'm up at Quentin doing time. Nancy Jane took on my loot, but I don't give a hoot, because I shot that man who stole my Zapple wine. He took my tasty cinnamon apple wine. He took my tasty cinnamon apple wine.
Apple wine, a natural cinnamon flavor. Italian Swiss Colony, California. Better health and hospital care is of direct interest to you. Here's your chance to do something about it. So attend your neighborhood health forum. For information, call Locust 8-7070.
Jimi Hendrix and All Along the Watchtower. Before that, we heard from John Entwistle, his solo album, and Heaven and Hell. Dazed and Confused from Led Zeppelin before that. Let's see, rainy and drizzly this afternoon. I think it's pretty well stopped outside now. It should be clearing up tonight and mostly sunny for Sunday. High up around 40 for tomorrow. We're WMMR in Philadelphia. My name's David Dye, and I was listening to Johnny Kraft this morning, about when I was rolling out of bed, and I heard he played Stay With Me from the Faces, and every time I hear that song, it's an incredibly sexist song, and it's a really big hit and everything. And I sort of started getting bothered about the incredible amount of sexism in rock and roll, but this isn't a cop-out, but I did figure that if one were to start not playing records that were sexist, most of our library here would not be able to have been played. But I was listening to Bonnie Raitt's concert on the radio, sitting at home, rather than in the studio, and I realized that although most of her blues were from women's points of view, there was a lot of sexist material there too. So I thought we'd do play Stay With Me and then contrast it with a Bonnie Raitt song, and then maybe a little bit different outlook on relationships, a track from Fraser and DeBolt. First, the Faces. There you go. If you have your quadraphonic sound system, you could have listened to that. All 4 channels coming at you, but the rest of you and us, it's too bad. Cool, Cool Water, Beach Boys. Pure Spring Water from Fraser and DeBolt, and started off with the Faces, Stay With Me, and the Blender Blues from Bonnie Raitt. Sort of makes all of the songs of that genre seem rather lackluster by comparison. There's an old tradition on Leap Day you may never have heard about, that any girl who brings a date to Kelly's on Ludlow Street below Market near 16th has a chance to win 2 fish dinners from Kelly's Fish Bowl. And even if you're not a leap year winner, you can still enjoy a fine fish dinner. Try it. Take a chance at the Fish Bowl. No purchase necessary. You may win 2 fresh fish dinners as the guests of Kelly's on Ludlow. It's Tuesday, February 29th, so make it a date. I'm David Dye. We're WMMR. I'll be around till 8 o'clock tonight when Michael Tierson makes his normal Saturday night appearance, and have some music until then. This is from the first Buffalo Springfield LP. Particularly like the piano on that track. That's Chris Durgee on piano. Jackson Browne's album, Rock Me on the Water. We heard Together, Jesse Colin Young, his solo album. The whole Raccoon record label does really nice things. It's all the Youngbloods, and they sort of sit around and decide they're going to make an album and get some friends together and put it out and things. Really beautiful cover, drawn by Jesse's wife, Susie. A Child's Claim to Fame, Buffalo Springfield, Neil Young tune before that. WMMR in Philadelphia, 1 minute now past 5 o'clock, if you're keeping track of those things. This is a song with an unpronounceable title from Cream.
People all away.
Something from Tom Rush, Galveston Flood, from an album that has 2 names. On the cover it says the new album. On the inside it says Take a Little Walk With Me, so take your pick. Down in the Flood, Bob Dylan song from Roger Tillison before that. And, yes, Swallowbird. Swallowbird? I told you it was unpronounceable, from Cream. This is a Chris Mither track from his new album. And you recognize the song Statesboro Blues. The arrangement is by Paul Jeremiah, but it's after type of guitar style Blind Willie McTell uses, and I found the only Blind Willie McTell record in the whole station, so we'll follow it up with that. This is Chris Mither.
Yeah, you got the nerve to drive a bootman from your door.
I started writing the song in 29, so I didn't finish it. I didn't finish it until 1932. With the Dying Craft Shooter Blues.
Yes, a definite treat. Blind Willie McTell, the Dying Crapshooters Blues. Chris Mither before that, for WMMR. And what's starting to clear up outside from a very, very rainy, stay indoorsy type of Saturday afternoon. Maybe you can make up for it and get outside tonight. Something like that. Back with something from Derek and all the little dominoes in a minute.
If you register to vote, the choice on Election Day is yours. If you don't register, the choice is theirs. Register to vote now at City Hall Annex.
Within the eye of the storm that ravaged an entire continent, beneath the pomp and ceremony of the dying Romanov dynasty, is the tender and tragic love story that inspired Robert K. Massey's international bestseller, Nicholas and Alexandra. Nicholas and Alexandra, a Sam Spiegel, Franklin J. Schaffner production from Columbia Pictures. Rated GP, all ages, parental guidance.
Nominated for 6 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. Now showing Midtown Theater, Broad and Chestnut.
Fairport Convention appears in concert at Irvine Auditorium on Saturday evening, March 4th. One show only, 8 p.m. Tickets are $4 and $4.50. Fairport Convention in Lindisfarne at Irvine Auditorium. Call Love 222.
Tickets are available at Electric Factory Concerts offices now at 18th and Lombard. Wanamaker's in Center City and Mads has some too. I looked away.
Let me make one thing perfectly clear, and I always will make things perfectly clear. At FM 93.3, we're WMMR Philadelphia, the radio station.
She's my hero.
And now, a pause in the busy day's activity.
Of the strength. Until next week, this is Dr. Whiplash. I'm out for lunch.
Oh, help me, please, doctor, I'm damaged.
Stone's music, Dear Doctor. I heard Dr. Whiplash, something from the Dear Friends album, the Firesign Theater. And a little tiny thing from the Flaming Groovies, which were a band out of San Francisco. I guess they're still around. It's their first album, something called Bam Balam. World in Change from Dave Mason. And we heard Derek and the Dominoes with I Looked Away.
The Finzi Continis were rich, beautiful, unapproachable, and Jewish. In 1938, their world began to change.
The Garden of the Finzi Continis is now playing at the World and Bryn Mawr Theaters. It's rated R. Weather should be clearing up tonight, and should be a sunny day tomorrow. So they tell us. Things like that to look forward to. My name's David Dye. At 8 o'clock, you can look forward to Michael Tierson. It's David Bowie from Hunky Dory and a track called Changes. Hoy 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 from King Biscuit Boy with Crowbar. And we heard from Buzzy Linhart, Reputation and the Airplane. We Can Be Together. We're WMMR in Philadelphia. Some news headlines. President Nixon will be leaving Hangzhou for Shanghai in a few hours. Shanghai is China's largest city. Will be Mr. Nixon's final stop in China. Tomorrow, sometime between midnight and 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the details of the Nixon-Cho agreement will be made public. The UN Security Council met today but adjourned without taking action on the latest Israeli raids against Arab guerrilla bases in Lebanon. Anti-busing groups from around the nation met in Pontiac, Michigan today and declared that current anti-busing legislation in Congress is a charade. They want a constitutional amendment against busing. News headlines, and now that ever-popular feature of concert billboard. Things going on around the city tonight and in the upcoming weeks. 7:30 tonight, a benefit concert for a student who is about to have a kidney operation will be held at the Upper Moreland Junior High School, Byberry and Orange Man's Road. The Kiwanis of Old York Road and the Key Club of Upper Moreland High School are sponsoring the concert. Cheech and Chong, along with David Blue, tonight and tomorrow night will be out at the Main Point. Tonight's shows are at 8, 10, and 11:30. Also at the Main Point Wednesday night, 8 and 10 p.m. Lynn Chandler will be in. And Thursday through Sunday, Jonathan Edwards and a group called Orphan. A dance concert at the Three Penny Opera tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. at the Jewish Community Center at 999 Lower Ferry Road in Ewing Township. At 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, a concert by Tom McKnight, including works by J.S. Bach, and the Bond Memorial Room out at Swarthmore College. The All-Star Forum presents Nana Muscuri, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock at the Academy of Music. The Togetherness House at 32 East Armit Street is featuring Rich Rudden and Bruce Rosner in an evening of folk music at 8:30 on tomorrow night. 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at the Irvine Auditorium, 34th and Spruce Street, a concert for Bengali relief with a sitar and tabla recital, folk singer Jackie Pack, and Indian and Bengali dances. All proceeds go to Oxfam America and the International Rescue Committee. Thursday night at the Academy of Music, Joni Mitchell and Jackson Brown. 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, the Philadelphia Musical Academy Orchestra will perform under the baton of William Smith at the YMHA at Broad and Pine Streets. The program will include works by Mendelssohn, Brahms, and Tchaikovsky. Admission to that is free.
Here's Bill Hoffman for Black Label Beer, the beer with flavor enough for the world.
Good morning, everyone. We have heavy snow warnings out for all of New England. Heavy snow warning means at least 6 inches of snow, possibly 8 to 9 before it tapers off late tonight or early tomorrow. Now, there is snow falling around Pennsylvania and New Jersey right now. It could later on turn to rain, but still the skiing will be good in those areas simply because of the great base steps that have been built up. Camelback has 3 inches of new snow already. Great Gorge, 2 inches and snowing heavily. You should have snow tires if you're driving today because we have driver's warnings out too for all of New England. It's been a great week for skiing, and it looks like the tail end of the holiday week is going to be even better. You will be skiing in powder and packed powder. We suggest you wear goggles today. It's going to be one of those days. Why don't you plan on